We're back for another season of League Racing on F124 with WOR, World Online Racing, and we have been demoted to PC Tier 3, which was a mutual agreement to hopefully be more competitive, have some fun, and get some better results. I'm not alone, I've been demoted with my previous teammate Leroy Brown, and we're running it back again in the Merc, so same situation, just one tier lower, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're starting out at COTA, which was horrific 3 weeks ago in PSGL. I had no pace. I've got a new setup, I'm feeling confident, we're locked in. Admittedly, not a lot of practice, but we're going to give it a shot, and hopefully we're quicker. Anyway, like, subscribe, and let's get to it. So we begin with qualifying, short qualifying session, 15 minutes left on the clock, and we're going to try to improve. Now, for reference, my qualifying time at PSGL COTA 3 weeks ago was a 1:31.1. Granted, it was on my first run. I didn't improve on my second lap due to a mistake, and then rain arrived. So I don't know what my true pace would have been, but either way, that is going to give us a bit of a baseline to aim for. Now, currently we're drifting and sliding and gliding all the way through here. Oh my god, the car is so loose through that, and just struggling to keep it planted. And we are running a different setup, a completely different setup to be fair, compared to what I was running 3 weeks ago. And just from the short practice I did, about 30 minutes of lobbies, I could feel that this is a lot better. Already you can see the times flooding in, 30.3, now 30.0. So the pace is looking pretty quick. Even in Tier 3, you know, people are pretty sharp, pretty rapid around here, so let's see. As we make our way now into Sector 3, just trying to hang on to the car again. We're kind of just floating and shaking about everywhere, just struggling for car stability as we now look to close out the lap, heading through the triple right-hander, keeping it tight to minimise distance and improve lap time. Penultimate corner, blind entry over the curb as Leroy, my teammate, goes provisional pole. And then it gets quickly taken away by Conrad. Over the line we go. Let's try and improve. Time to lock in. A 1:30.6, not bad. Half a second quicker than PSGL, so it's not a bad start, but my personal best, I think, is a 1:30.1 or 0.0 in TT, so definitely more time to find. Anyway, on to our second attempt. We find time on the entry. That was a really good initial turn in, but the back end just started to overtake the front. Had to correct the car a little bit. Literally that, just a very slight adjustment mid-apex, because I could feel the back end overtaking the front, and it cost us on our exit. Now, this time we're keeping it stable through here. The car's planted, and you can see that is going to result, that's nice, kept the car in one piece through that, in a really good exit, and we find a couple of tenths as we now head through the hairpin. A little bit deep, but we pull it back for a late apex. A little bit wide, but we'll get the apex. I tried to pick up a late apex and get the exit. Accidentally turned the battery off there. Whoops. Accidentally messing around there with the wrong battery modes as we brake at the 100 down to third. Try and cut this apex as much as possible, and then quickly square the car up as Leroy goes quickest again. 1:29.8, and we are supposedly purple in Sector 2 as we look to try and move up the table. 17th right now, slight oversteer on the way out of the double left-hander as again we go tight through here, trying to maximise the lap time. 2.5 tenths up, 2 corners to go. We fully commit through the penultimate corner, finding a bit more time, and then the last corner we attack the apex nice and early, back on the gas. I will take that. That's a good lap for me around here. I will absolutely take that. Ideally, half a tenth in the first, another half a tenth in the middle, and then a tenth in the last. That would kind of give me a decent lap. I mean, the margins are pretty clear. I think this is the best I can hope for. Maybe this on a really good lap. The top 8, I'm not quite at that pace. I know my personal best in time trial is a 0.0. So, we will see. I've only done 30 minutes of practice, so there's that as well. Leroy's the next car ahead, so we're both going to get good track conditions. Let's get to work. So, final attempt, 30 seconds on the clock. Both Mercs, last cars to start laps. Let's get to work.
30 seconds left in the session.
We already found time on the exit and momentum up towards turn 1. We know there's time here, we keep it stable, but we don't really gain much on the exit. I was really hoping to find like half a tenth, maybe even a tenth through there, but it didn't really happen. I actually ended up just mimicking, you know, our previous one, so not exactly ideal, but we absolutely nail it through here. This was my best S section I've ever done. Every single corner on the limit, on the white line. The exit wasn't great over the top. I just had a bit of a slide. The back end got a little loose and we lost momentum, so we lost our advantage. We then recovered that advantage through the hairpin, this time not running deep, and we're currently 3/4 of a tenth heading into the heavy braking zone. Again at the 100, down to 3rd, cut the apex, easy on the way out, open up the double rights, taking it in 4th gear, and then trying to get the power as soon as possible, straighten the car up, still a 10th up as we head into the double left. We get the braking and rotation perfect. That gives us a really nice exit with no oversteer on the way out, and we've got a little bit more battery to burn here, so we find time through the triple rights. P14 for now. Through the last couple of corners we lose a little bit there in the penultimate corner. Final corner we lost a lot on the exit last time, and we pull it all back to improve a 130.1 personal best. Now, unfortunately, the lobby bugged out, and I don't have any qualifying results. I can tell you I finished 13th, and Leroy Brown is up the sharp end. I believe he got pole, so a very good session for us. I'm very happy with that lap time. I do believe a 29.9 would have been possible, you know, with a slightly better turn 1. We, of course, lost our gain time at the top of the S section, and then there's a few other little micro moments, but generally we found pace when it mattered and we've improved. So anyway, qualifying done, let's go to the race. Let's get to work. Let's see, new season, and here we go. 5 lights on and away we go. Everybody around us on the hards to start the race. Good start. Got the better line on the outside. Up towards turn 1 then. This is where you want to be. Will it work though? Trying to get a warning if I can avoid it. Unfortunately not. We do get squeezed a little bit. We try to overtake Antoine here in the McLaren SRT French. We go side by side through the S's. Oh, that was risky. Definitely pretty tight, but anyway, we're still going at it side by side here with Tim Tonemo as we make our way through the S's. Whoa, big old snap. Oh, someone's dead behind. Some sort of an incident as we've got more action in front. Antoine putting a move on Santa Maria in the hairpin, and we're just going to try and set up the exit. We've got Joe behind on medium tyres. Right, I've got Joe behind who made a mistake on the tyres, so he accidentally picked those, so he's going to be looking to get through the field. However, I know he hasn't played F1 much over the last couple of years, so it's not really in my interest to let him go because I don't trust his pace, and he's trying to go through here. We're keeping it fair, but I'm trying to make it also not easy for him to pass and making my car as wide as possible. We do a nice bit of defensive driving there, keeping our car on the right place of the track at all times, and we do stay in front. As we now head on to the next lap, we're now behind Tornemo in the Kick Sauber. Getting quite close here as he starts to derate. We're going to go for a half and half, a timid lunge. Left the door open. He leaves the door open, as I said, and that gives us a chance now to try and get a move. We've forced a switchback, but we don't quite have the momentum. We're not really alongside enough to make anything happen. So we back out for now, but trying to get that P13 starting position back ASAP as we head on to lap 3, personal best, as we got Antoine there putting the move on Santa Maria and possibly the car in front of him as well in the Haas. And through turn 1, Tornemo is a bit slow on the way out, and we're going to get down the inside and get in front. Now though into the S's, we're side by side. Oh, good save. Whew. And there's contact. We did it a lap before with Antoine. This time though we didn't get through. I watched it back. Racing incident. Oh well, never mind. That was always going to be risky. Thought I could have had a bit more room side by side, but I need to watch that back because I might have taken a funny line into the corner. First step is to catch Lucas. Hopefully we can work with him a little bit, and then we can get onto Wilson Hall hopefully. We're catching. This is good. We're catching. Just try not to use all the battery in one go. Need to use it all here because I need to make up for the fact I don't have DRS. No warnings. We're all good so far. All good. So the lap's ticking over. The deployment strategy is just use everything on the back straight and push the rest of the lap without battery use. Never mind. There's one. A little bit too much of a haircut on that apex. Literally jinx myself. An instant karma hit as we get a warning right away after saying I don't have any. 35.0. Fastest lap overall.
The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 34.2.
That's not a bad lap. 6 laps in without DRS, 35.0. Oh, that was a bit of a snap and a half there. Not quite going to get there. Oh, every time I get close, just push a little bit too much. Car says no.
Caution, caution.
Oh, there we go. Bit of death. Looks like whoever it is has got going though. Bit of end plate off track. Oh, there's a gap. P1. I don't know if it's Leroy. No, Leroy's P2. I don't know, there's a gap there. Anyway. Got DRS finally.
Green flag.
More damage, more chaos. And there's been a few of those. A few laps of damage, yellow flag, so things are starting to happen. Safety car would be interesting because it's a bit too early to go to the end on the mediums. It'll be touch and go. I'll exit the race. My rears are just letting me go, man. Now, we spent lap after lap trying to edge closer to Lucas Beisner and to get within his DRS. Eventually we got there and I took a little bit of a charge to get prepared for the overtake. Now, unlike PSGO, our pace is looking better. I'm able to fight back even without DRS. Whereas in PSGO, when I didn't have DRS, I was a sitting duck. I was a passenger. Things are going well this one. I'm happy with the car. The balance is good. Tyres are in good state, even with the half spin. And lap by lap, we're just ticking over, running a good pace. And you can see here, purple sector 1, personal best middle, a 34.8. Not bad pace at all. And, you know, comparing it to the fastest lap, a 34.3, I think it was, on the radio a moment ago. It's not looking too bad. So, you know, we're 12 laps in, setting PBs, and we're catching. We're making progress, lap after lap. Getting closer to that DRS, which is critical. Another bit of end plate. That's now the third incident where we've seen someone's front wing off track, off piste, as we now just nick DRS here off Joe, which is huge. Really big moment because now we can again get a bit of a charge up and look for a potential overtake and gain some more positions. Out of the tyres, Joe?
I'll get this lap on.
Okay.
Hey Tommy, well, battle so you can get in DRS, mate.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you. So, quickly unmuting to join the call. There's a lot of us in here. Joe, myself, Leroy.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Antoine and Lewis Welch, all of us in this race. Busy call, hence why I actually spent the majority of it muted and just focusing on my own race. Now, lap 14, pushing the track limits all the way to the limit there. Bloody hell. Much like qualifying, that was my best S section of the race. We was 1.2 away and we got within DRS by the end of the S's on Matix. So again, progress. Our lead group's gone. This is our battle to get to the front of this train by the end of the race. So, readjusting objectives as now we see a few cars box Antoine Matix in. Got a few pens also just starting to be sprinkled throughout the field as we are still sitting on that one warning. And things are looking good, pace is looking good. I'm happy to stay out, go long, and trust the overcut again. I think that wing adjustment in the pit stop is going to really help. In other words, we're going to go down by 1 in the front wing in the stop to try and hopefully have a little bit more stability. Going down on wing. Oh, don't know what he did there. I just drove into the corner and he just slowed right down. Accidental dive bomb on Wilson Hall and now putting him under some big pressure. That wasn't intentional, but he broke so early. Wasn't even trying to overtake him, just completely slowed down. Leroy?
Mm-hmm.
When are you planning to go?
Probably next lap.
Okay, I'm happy to stay out as well. I think there's enough of a gap between us that we won't stack anyway, but...
I was about to say that.
If one car stays out, just one, and the rest pit, we're in the money. I can get an overcut, but... Let's see. Now the big one this race, Leroy has broken away solo out front. They battled out front and he managed to break DRS. Let me see, I want to try this. Can I box or do I stay out because of the stack?
Stay out.
Okay.
Stay out because I'm still in this.
So he had a gap and he was able to go long, stretch it, and now box. So we're going to go an extra lap here. What's that supposed to mean, Antoine?
Don't know. About to find out.
Antoine being Antoine. Anyway, purple laps flooding in. We're going to lead for a lap in this one, and we did the overcut in PSGL. It didn't work. It backfired. We're making the same mistake twice, but I'm confident this time this is going to work a lot better. Unlike PSGL a couple of weeks ago, I've got more pace today, so I know, and I think, and I hope today I should be able to fight back. Here we go. The setup is a lot better, a lot sharper. It's hanging on better with worn tyres, and we're going to get a wing adjustment to help things. Nice. Couldn't even see the pit bull there, so I took a chance. So hopefully everything should come together. Fresh mediums, freshest mediums in the pack, with a little bit less front wing. Good balance. Ah, missed my pull away. Damn it. Oh, still should be okay. We'll be in some sort of DRS, hopefully, even if it's these guys at the back. We'll have someone to work with.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Now we rejoin behind Mark Schluter and Jakob Rezut, I'm going to say. Anyway, we're not going to rush into this. We're going to play the long game. Gap to the next cars is quite large though, so we need to be ready to go. So we went from lap 19 to lap 21, and we're still behind these two on fresh tyres. Now the reason for that, these two were actually working quite well and were running at a good pace. We're actually catching the train ahead. You can see the cars ahead a lot closer. So there was no need to rush, but now that they're close, I want to be the first car to attack them. So I put the pressure on, using the battery. Mark responds by defending, and that makes him also attack and pass Jakob. So we are going to try and follow through. We've got fresher tyres, we've got better grip, and we go around the outside and make the pass. We place our car defensively in a way where we can just basically mark him to our right rear and not allow a switch back. And now you can see we've caught up to the next group of cars. Schluter was trying hard to keep me behind. Even with the penalty, he wanted to keep position, which tells me possibly he could get that removed. Anyway, I tried to go for the little sneak attack into the double lefts, but no way through. Currently on for a purple fastest lap of the race, which belongs to Antoine, who retired. We'll give it a crack, but I'll be surprised if we do get it because I'm not outright pushing for it. And there we go, we actually go 6/10 slower. But we've had a good exit out of the last corner, and I'm thinking about the move here on Mark, and we do go for it. He doesn't defend, so we go down the inside. A little bit of a half-committed move, but the outside line's better. Inside line is so bad for overtaking. It is a common theme of this circuit. The outside seems to just work a lot nicer for overtakes. Anyway, we're keeping this pressure on because now we have, 5 laps to go, 5.5 to go, and we need to start making some moves. For P17 right now, points just up the road, but we need to start dispatching, especially not Mark, those who don't have penalties. We need to get past them. Now this time we get the run out of the S's. We're just going to brake super late, get ahead, if not dead on side by side into the apex, which gives us the right to have room on the outside, and we pull off a lovely pass, and also dropping some battery on the way out to confirm the overtake. So now P16 behind Tim Tornamo. We're going to try and get past him. He runs it in a bit deep. We have a little surprise look up the inside. We shake and bake back to the inside, throwing a little feint. He's got some wing damage, you can see on the end plate, so he's going to be struggling for grip. Thought about the switchback, but he marked me well, and I couldn't quite get through. We have a little think about it here, but not quite enough space. Again, through the S's, like with Mark, we get good momentum, good run on the exit, and now, last second, we launch it. Slight little left front lock up on the way through, but it was a fair move. I was well ahead there. He locked onto me. Felt like he could have avoided locking onto me there because I didn't go, much past the apex. So that was a clean move in my book. He's trying to re-challenge, partly because Mark Schluter is also pressuring him. So we do extend the braking zone and leave room at the apex, but we do make that move. And look at this. Look at all the cars here. Points on the table. This is it. We have to make all of these moves, and we're going to get straight to work, sending one on Jensen Rosen up the inside. He's got a couple of time penalties, so we're going to go for it. We try to give him the squeeze and just use the fresher tyres and momentum to go around the outside, and we do make the pass. So another one ticked off the list. Now back onto Wilson Hall, who is the next car, as we're now P14. We're looking to make a few more moves here into the double rights. He broke really early last time, so we're going to go for it again. He leaves the door wide open, and we try to sneak through. We're going to go for the outside because it works better. As I mentioned before, you get more momentum and you just get a better run. Now, as you can see, we get good traction, and now on the inside line, shorter run, shorter distance, we go through in this corner. Wilson backs out and we make another move, and now we're behind Matex, who's flashing like crazy, so we're just going to launch it. He's boxed in behind Lucas at the final corner. How much space do you need, man? You've got the whole exit curb for yourself. Slight bit of contact. He could have used all the curb on the exit, but chose not to. Either way, racing incident, no big thing there. Down the inside of turn 1, this time we do get the move, and that's just a grip difference. You know, fresher tyres, we're making the difference, and we're now P12. Lucas has got a time pen. We get a great run through the last couple of corners, and we just launch it down the inside again, and again more contact. Again, how much space do you need? You can use the whole exit curb, man. But we get the move, and we're going to have better straight line speed. We've got more battery than these guys. Try not to hit the inside of Santa Maria into turn 1 there with an accidental dive bomb, but we're going to go for it now around the outside. We've got battery, and we get that move done. So P11, if we pass Joe and Ivan, we're going to be looking pretty comfortable for a couple of points. So let's lock in. Didn't realise it was Joe. He's obviously struggling. He started on mediums, remember? He was the only car to do so. So his hard tyres are going to be pretty knackered at this stage of the race. Lap and a half to go. Santa Maria knows I'm lurking. Well, that's my bad. Bit of a lock up. Whoops. I'll let him take that back. Now, unlike the previous one with the Sauber, that's on me. So, you know, we'll let that one slide. But now we're going for it again. Using the battery, Ivan attacks. We open up the line. Straight under with the switchback. Joe with the assist. Simply lovely. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you.
Tom, you want to give me DRS?
That's what I'm doing.
Keep me at like 8 taps. I appreciate the DRS so much, Tom. I'd stay behind you there.
Yeah, I would. Let's go, Leroy. Let's freaking go. Whee. Look how far back I'm from the top guys. Still, we'll get P8, and I'll take that. That's a decent recovery, that. Trust the strategy. Anyway, guys, really good race. Absolutely loved it. P8. It feels good to be quick again, and could have been more, but we got really caught out of sync after that incident early on in the race with the contact through the S's. So, really decent race. There might be some post-race penalties, but I'm quite far back to even benefit from that. On screen now you would have had the post-race results, and if anything did change, obviously I'd let you know in post-com. But either way, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, Leroy with the W. We scored some decent points. It's a good start. Hopefully we keep it rolling. As always, a massive shout out to the members for supporting the channel. Also check out the 2 videos on screen, guys. Down below you're going to have all the links to my other socials and discount codes affiliates for setups, equipment, and yeah, guys, I'll see you soon. Take care. Ciao.